Oh yeah. I love it. I got a feeling that this is a good one.
It's like a Dick Hunter, but with whiskey. Oh, that would be that's an amazing premise.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
E.H.
Hey, this is BFF Bourbon Forage Fishing. The whole team is here. Will, as many people do not know, is actually the behind-the-scenes guy. He's actually half of Bourbon Forage Fishing. He does all the editing and video stuff and all the other tech stuff that I don't know about. So he's kind of the unseen guy, and I'm the guy that's usually in front of the camera. But today, we got a treat for you guys.
Here.
We're going to do a couple tastings, actually. We're going to do a comparison. The fabled Blanton's Buffalo Trace Mash Bill 2 versus also Buffalo Trace Mash Bill 2, John J. Bowman. So this is kind of an interesting thing. Folks don't know, John J. Bowman is the same juice as Blanton's, but it is aged at a different distillery. So people have and are really curious about John J. Bowman in terms of a alternative to Blanton's. So I'm kind of curious to see, A, how similar does it taste to Blanton's? And B, is it as good as Blanton's? Or something approaching it? So have you ever had this one, Will?
I don't think I have. Is this more expensive than Blanton's, or is it on par?
I think it's about the same. Yeah, okay. Around here.
I don't remember having this. So.
Yeah, I don't believe you've ever had it.
I like
You've obviously had Blanton.
Yeah. I like the little picture in the back. I don't know if you can see that. It's really cool. It's a guy with a little magnifying, or what's it called, a telescope?
It's a pretty scope before. About an ounce or so.
Yeah, that'll get me wasted.
And then we've got Mr. Bowman. I'll pour a little less Bowman just in case it's not as good.
Yeah. Should we start with the fabled Blantons first?
Yeah, we'll first nose. We'll start by nosing the Blantons here and kind of tell me what kind of notes you're picking up. And
it's like peanuts, a little bit of ethanol because I think it's a fresh bottle.
Oh yeah, the old neck pour, fabled neck pour.
Like white, like sugar.
Interesting.
It's funny because this is like one of the first bourbons I've ever had, which is it's kind of funny because this is like something that people are sought after.
Yeah,
It's like one. I'm like,
This guy gets spoiled on bourbon.
I'm not even a whiskey guy. I've had some of the
George T.
greats.
Stagg.
I don't even care about it that much.
It's kind of a nice roommate situation. Interesting. Let's smell the Bowman next to it.
Bowman.
Yeah. Wow.
Ooh, whoa,
totally different.
Yeah. That one's more like, what does that remind me of?
I think it's more like citrusy.
Yeah, I can kind of see the citrus.
And there's a lot more barrel spice, like char and barrel spice coming off
back
this.
and forth.
This smells.
Yeah, this smells just like more, this smells just more, refined. Or, gentle.
Ooh.
That's way better now. Going back and forth.
Okay, now I'm starting to pick up honey and clover, like clover and honey there.
I don't really know what clover smells like. I have to like find some clover and smell it.
So, what are your initial takeaways so far? The difference between them?
This one almost has like a weird mildewy smell. I don't know why I'm getting
funk.
That. Yeah, like funky. But this is weird, but crayons.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But like not, it's just barely there. It smells sweet and everything, but I'm just trying to pick up on the notes that I barely smell.
I smell a little bit of the honey, like the Buffalo Trace stuff, but the honey and the good stuff that you smell here is like hidden under a lot of like barrel char and like intensity. To me, this just smells younger. Like younger or something.
That's
like
the Bowman?
Yeah. It's like punching you in the face with barrel char and spice.
Kind of reminds me of juice a little bit, like apple juice. A little bit.
Some orchard fruits. Yeah.
The more I smell,
it does. It takes a while for a bourbon, if you're really drinking bourbon right. It takes a while for it to unfold and really reveal itself. It's kind of like finding chanterelles in the forest. You find one, you're like, oh,
then,
wow.
you find 20.
And then you're like, boop, bloop, 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 bloop.
It's like you're almost your eye. It's more your eyes just adjust.
Yeah, your eyes adapt.
You know what this reminds me of a little bit, just initially, like right when you first smell is Sprite. I think you were saying that citrus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Lemon lime is Sprite. Sprite's lemon lime. Yep. I can see the crayons now. I got the crayons. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like a crayon box.
Kind of like a grain thing.
It's not a bad smell. It's just kind of there. I'm gonna try the Blantons now, just because I know what it tastes like.
Okay, let's start. Yeah, let's go together with the Blantons. All right, cheers, my friend. Our first ever collab together, bourbon forage fishing. This is fun.
BFF.
Oh, that smells so much nicer than the other one.
A little spicy. Very easy to drink.
Wow. Oh, that's yummy.
Yeah, wood for sure.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it needs to sit out for a minute. It's a little hot.
Yeah. I'd be interested to try a Blanton's that's open if you have one.
I don't, unfortunately. Yeah. Let's do that. That was impressive, though. It was interesting.
Very watery. Like it's not like super thick. Like the texture is like very light water.
Yeah, it's only 47%. So I actually thought the mouthfeel was impressive for a 47%. 47%. Let's see. Let's work on the John J. Bowman, and we'll take 2 or 3 drinks here, and then kind of see.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the crayon. I smell it underneath. It's the barrel char, I think.
Or it's the power of suggestion.
No, I know exactly what
you're talking about.
Yeah, I definitely get citrus, almost a little hint of orange.
Was that 40%?
It is 50. So it's a few percentage points higher. So there should be a little bit more alcohol.
It's almost like nothing.
A little bit more flavor.
It's very light. There's not much depth to it. It's just kind of bitter and a little bitter at the end. Like a willow bark or something like that.
Yep, I totally agree. That's interesting.
I used to chew on bark when I was a kid. So.
The burn on this definitely comes at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of burn in the front or the mid. Let's do that again.
That's not bad. The same price as Blanton's, usually like $70 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's around the same. Interesting. So I would say, I'll tell you what I taste. So there's a blast of sweetness that's maybe like brown sugar. It's very, very sweet at first. And then it seems like the sweetness goes into the mid. It holds up pretty good. And then on the finish, it just disappears completely. And the finish seems kind of weak. And then in the mid, there's an explosion of bitterness. It's like very bitter wood.
Yeah, it's bitter on like the back of your tongue.
Yeah, from the mid palate all the way to the finish. It's just this bitter. And then there's like this burn that comes along with it. Not a super complex whiskey. Not a bad whiskey either, I would say.
No, very drinkable, very nice.
Crushable.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I can't really pick up, I don't know if something's like wrong with my palate or something, but I can't really pick up specific notes right now. It's just bitter and sweet. That's the best I can describe it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Sweet at first, like you said, a little bit of like spiciness, and then like a bitter at the back of the tongue.
It's very, very bitter.
Yeah, it's like when you eat something really sour, you get that like watering in the very back of your tongue, like that bitter, like sour taste. It's kind of like that. Just make me salivate. Oh, it's starting to smell different now that I've tasted it.
Ooh, it's a little hot for 50%.
I didn't think it was bad though. I didn't think it burned that bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's bad. It's definitely just have a little punch. Be interesting to compare the mouthfeels. I almost feel like this one's maybe more watery than Blanton's.
Yeah, more light. I thought they were a little bit like the same from what I remember this one being. Both very light. I tend to like, I'm starting to realize I tend to like thicker bourbons more. Ones that are like very oily.
Yeah. That's a sign of a good bourbon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, viscosity they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some spice up front too. It's almost like brown sugar and spice. and then it goes into that bitter thing. There's a lot of spice. It almost feels like I keep saying spice, but it almost feels like the char. This feels like it's a younger whiskey. Like the char didn't mellow out, and that intense char is like hitting it, and it never had time to mellow out. I don't know what the age of these are because I don't think they have an age statement. But I would be surprised if this was. I would not be surprised if this was 2 or 3 years younger than Blanton's generally.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that says the age.
Yeah, Blanton's doesn't either. They don't do Blanton's by age. They do it by taste. I don't know how they do John J. Bowman, if it's also by taste or what. But
do they have like a specific guy that has been tasting these for like?
Yeah, I think they have a committee.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, the Blanton's committee. That'd
Like
be a good job.
You should get on that, dude.
Right? It's a good job. Oh wow! Okay, the Blanton smells so much better after drinking and smelling the John J. Bowman.
So the Rick number is 69. So
that's definitely good luck. This thing smells like this Blanton's now smells like a donut after drinking and
the Blanton's. Okay.
Yeah, it smells like literally like a donut.
Oh, I actually get what you're saying.
Yeah, there's
like a sugar donut.
Yeah, there's some like powdered sugar there.
Yeah, like one of those like, old-fashioned sugar or whatever. Which ones have like the coarse sugar?
Yeah,
because it reminds me of table sugar.
Yeah,
definitely smells way better.
Way better. It's amazing how much. So the alcohol and the char on this is so much softer and rounder. You can feel the softness, the roundness. It just feels like a much more better developed bourbon.
Yeah, reminds me of maple sugar a little bit. Maple syrup. Sorry.
Yeah. Maple bars, dude.
Yeah, maple bar. Yeah, like a maple bar donut.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's exactly what it reminds me of.
Because usually when I think Blanton's, I think honey and honey bunches of oats, and maple is really close to honey.
Yeah.
Maple's very close to honey. Yeah, it just smells more refined, more aged, just a more refined. And there's some creamy, like a little bit of creaminess and depth here.
Oh, that's way better. Not as spicy.
It
starts to get progressively spicy if you leave it in your mouth, but this is like almost instantly spicy.
Yeah, this is immediate spices hitting you in the face.
This is like takes like almost like 5 seconds for flavors to start hitting you.
Yeah, this is like liquid.
Really good.
This is almost like liquid candy.
Yeah, that's really good. It reminds me of like super like concentrated caramel. Like if you ever have caramel and like almost it's almost bitter.
In a good whiskey like this is a pretty good barrel, I would say. There's kind of a creaminess to it too, like a caramel cream that you get, which comes from that softening of the alcohol, like the barrel spice. So this is immediately blast of sweetness and spice. It's like very spicy and bitterness, which I think has everything to do with the wood and the char. This is like the wood and char have mellowed out into like a sugary sweetness. And it's really soft.
Yeah, this is still good though. It's just
it's not bad. Would you say they taste particularly alike? Because I don't think they do. They're not dissimilar.
I think they're similar, but they're not. They don't taste like it. They don't taste the same at all.
Yeah, like I don't think you would mistake these as the same bourbon.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just creamed caramel, creamed maple syrup, creamed honey, and very little. There's not a lot of complexity. There's not a lot of like spices. There's not a lot of. It's a very steady adventure. Whereas this John J. Bowman is like doing this. It's like sweet explosion, and then like whoa, super bitter, and then like dying off. This is like just taking one of those like caramel squares, pop it in your mouth, and just rolling it around. You're like, oh yeah, get it.
The Werthers or whatever.
Werthers, yeah. Get us some Werthers. Oh, that's so good. That's delicious. So, final review here, Will.
I'd say this is like the Bowman is probably like a B-.
So
I thought it was good.
You think it's better than your average run-of-the-mill bourbon?
Yeah, it was very good. And then probably Blanton's is just like a little bit above that.
Like a B?
Yeah,
B.
Nice. B plus.
Yeah, that's kind of what I would say. I think Bowman. I would grade Bowman probably a C plus.
Okay.
And then Blanton's a B.
Yeah, they're very similar to me. I just feel like Blanton's just had a little bit more. Now, how would you grade the bottle design? Blanton's is definitely A plus.
Yeah, with the horse and everything.
Yeah.
Bottle design A plus. Yeah,
A plus.
top of the line.
This is a good A. I like the guys that tell us.
That's a solid. Yeah, I would say so. B plus. I'd say
they're good on the bottle style.
Well, thank you for watching BFF Bourbon Forage Fish. I'm Ryan. That's Will.
Yep.
We are Bourbon Forage Fishing. I hope you enjoyed this. What a great comparison. Thanks for tuning in. Take care of yourself.